Something strange just appeared in the Martian sky. A bright, elongated object, not a star, not a satellite, caught on the cameras of NASA's Perseverance rover. At first, it looked like a comet, but astronomers are now saying it might not be one at all. For the first time ever, a Mars rover may have captured a close image of an interstellar visitor, 3I Atlas, an object that came from beyond our solar system. And what those images revealed? Something worrying, something that doesn't fit neatly into the rulebook of comets, asteroids, or anything we've seen before. On July 1st, 2025, a telescope in Hawaii, part of the Atlas survey, spotted a faint, fast-moving object. Its path didn't match any known comet or asteroid orbiting our sun. Instead, its speed and trajectory revealed something extraordinary. This thing came from another star system. It was only the third confirmed interstellar object ever discovered, after 1I Oumuamua in 2017 and 2I Borisov in 2019. Astronomers named it 3I Atlas, with 3I standing for the third interstellar object ever recorded. From the moment it was detected, telescopes across Earth, Mars orbiters, and even the James Webb Space Telescope turned their instruments toward it. Because every time something enters our solar system from deep space, it's like receiving a message from another cosmic neighborhood. And then things got even more interesting. On October 3rd, 3I Atlas made its closest approach to Mars, about 29 million kilometers away. That's near enough for the red planet's orbiters and even rovers on the surface to try to catch a glimpse. And what they saw defied expectations. At the European Space Agency's Control Center, scientists held their breath as images started downloading from Mars. The Trace Gas Orbiter, TGO, part of the ExoMars mission, had aimed its high-resolution CASSIS camera at a faint-moving target in the Martian sky. The data came through, a barely visible speck of light surrounded by a faint halo. That was 3I Atlas, the interstellar visitor, glowing weakly against the black. But the story didn't end there. Just hours later, images from NASA's Perseverance rover began circulating online. One of them showed something brighter, longer, almost cylindrical, streaking across the Martian horizon. At first glance, it looked like a meteor trail, but when astronomers compared it to orbital predictions, they realized it might just be 3I Atlas, captured, possibly from the surface of another planet. And this is where the mystery begins. If this really is a comet, it should look familiar. A solid nucleus, a fuzzy cloud of dust and gas called the coma, and a long glowing tail pointing away from the sun. But that's not what the Mars images clearly show. Instead of a round fuzzy object, the streak looks stretched, almost like a metallic rod or cylinder. Scientists caution that this elongated appearance is most likely a camera artifact caused by long exposure and the rover's subtle movement. Even so, it got everyone's attention because 3I Atlas behaves oddly. Its coma is faint and its brightness changes unpredictably, hinting that the surface might be patchy or rotating in an uneven way. Is it an asteroid fragment, a dormant comet, or something else entirely? The worry isn't that this object will hit anything, because it won't. It's that 3I Atlas is behaving in ways that are just a little off script. When astronomers studied its light curve, how its brightness changes over time, they noticed something odd. Its relativity flickered irregularly, as if the object's surface wasn't smooth or spherical. Spectral readings hinted at an unusual mix of ices and dust, possibly coated with silicate minerals. And while 3I Atlas does show a coma and weak gas emissions, they're far less active than typical comets at this distance. So it's not entirely silent, but it is subdued. And that subdued behavior is what makes it interesting. Back in 2017, the first interstellar object, Oumuamua, shocked astronomers when it sped past the sun. It was cigar-shaped, spinning, and had no visible tail. Yet, it somehow accelerated slightly, as if a light push was coming from sunlight reflecting off a strange surface. Now, 3I Atlas seems superficially similar in some ways, except this time we've caught it much closer. and from two worlds at once, Earth and Mars. That's what's intriguing scientists. This could help us understand whether Oumuamua's weirdness was a one-off or part of a pattern. For now, there's no confirmed non-gravitational acceleration, but teams are watching closely. What makes this discovery special isn't just the object itself, it's where it was observed from. This is the first time humanity has ever tried to photograph an interstellar object from the surface of another planet. Think about that. While we watched from Earth, a rover on Mars, hundreds of millions of kilometers away, looked up and saw the same visitor racing past. Perseverance's navcam, designed for terrain, wasn't meant for astrophotography, so the fact it may have even registered this faint streak is remarkable. But distortion, exposure, and tracking could have stretched the object, making it look more solid than it really is. Even so, the data is real. We have proof that something interstellar passed Mars, and it didn't look quite like we expected. When the European Space Agency published its official statement, it confirmed that 3i Atlas was extremely faint, near the edge of what its cameras could detect. ESA scientists stressed caution. This is one of the faintest objects we've ever tried to capture from orbit around another planet. NASA hasn't released a formal press conference yet, but internal reports from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory say the team is still calibrating data to confirm whether the rover's image truly shows 3i Atlas or just an artifact from image stacking. Meanwhile, astronomers from Earth Sky and Live Science have cross-checked the timing, and yes, the object's path across the sky lines up with where 3i Atlas should have been. So, the consensus? The photo is probably real. The mystery is what we're actually looking at. Let's address the big question. Could this be an alien craft or a fragment of one? The short answer? There's no evidence for that. The longer answer? It's still worth keeping an open mind. Its faint coma, odd rotation, and subtle reflectivity changes might point to unusual materials or structure, but mainstream astrophysicists urge caution. As IFL Science reported, the cylindrical shape is almost certainly a camera artifact, not an alien probe. Still, even if it's natural, there's reason for curiosity. Interstellar objects are samples of other solar systems, time capsules drifting between stars. Studying their composition could tell us how planets form elsewhere, and whether life's building blocks are truly universal. Unlike Oumuamua or Borisov, 3i Atlas shows hybrid behavior, partly comet-like, partly asteroid-like. Its orbit suggests it came from deep interstellar space, moving too fast to be captured by our sun's gravity. Its surface appears bright and reflective, maybe coated with silicate dust or frozen materials. Its coma is faint, but it is there, a ghostly trace of what was once a more active comet. It's as if this object used to be full of ices, but cosmic radiation stripped them away, leaving only a hardened ancient core, a fossil from another star system. And fossils tell stories. By analyzing its color and spectrum, scientists hope to learn what kind of star system it came from, maybe one richer in carbon or orbiting a red dwarf. 3i Atlas is now speeding away from Mars, racing towards its perihelion, the closest point to the Sun, expected around October 30th, 2025. As it approaches, astronomers predict it will brighten slightly, allowing Earth-based telescopes and the James Webb Telescope to get a clearer look. Both ESA and NASA, along with observatories across the globe, are continuing to monitor its journey, watching for any subtle activity or tail formation, shifts in its trajectory, and most crucially, clues about its composition. Every flicker of light, every spectral reflection, could hold vital evidence of its origin, revealing what kind of materials drift through the vast emptiness between the stars, and perhaps what distant system this enigmatic traveler once called home. 3 interstellar visitors in less than a decade: Oumuamua, Borisov, and now Atlas. That's not a coincidence. It means our telescopes are finally sensitive enough to detect what's been there all along. Travelers from other star systems quietly passing through. Some are icy, some rocky, and maybe, just maybe, a few are relics of something more. Whether natural or not, each one challenges what we think we know about space. They remind us that our solar system isn't an island, it's a crossroads, and now, for the first time, Mars has joined the watch. So, what did the Mars rover really see? A comet? A rock? A ghost of a star system light years away? The truth is, we don't know yet, but that haunting, elongated streak over Mars has already rewritten history. For the first time ever, we've tried to photograph an interstellar object from another world, and whatever it is, it's not just another comet. It's a reminder that the universe doesn't always play by our rules, that mystery still exists, not light years away, but right in our cosmic backyard, and maybe, just maybe, we're being watched back. If you enjoyed this deep dive into 3i Atlas, hit like, share, and subscribe, because the next interstellar visitor might already be on its way, and we'll be here to break it down frame by frame.